It's day 21 of designing an Animal Crossing island in 30 days on hard mode. Today is market day. Yesterday we did a bunch of work on the island. Namely, we started to invest in more ways around the island and also Harv's Island as well. We paid off this bridge. Actually, you didn't get to see that. But yesterday I did say that I was going to go to CJ and sell a whole bunch of fish until I had 100K, and I did eventually hit that number, and then I used it to finish this bridge. And now that it's done, we can use it. And we can also have plots accessible on this side, or at least one plot. I don't know if I can fit more back here if I wanted to. So lots to do even still today. And I've been thinking a lot about just how much stuff I have to do that is outside of decorating. There's a lot of decorating that needs to be done, as you can imagine. Hitting 5 stars does kind of require you to decorate. But I don't have a lot of time, as usual. There's only so many hours in a day, and I have to kind of like work with what I got. So I was thinking about how important it is to get these types of projects done. Make enough money to pay down more bridges, get more of Harv's Island unlocked, do all those things. And I think today is going to be less about decorating and more about getting those things done, because we need all the furniture we can get, and we need all the like infrastructure we can buy, but we can't do those things if I don't invest the time in like money making. So I am again resorting to some money making off camera, but it's not enough. So luckily it is market day, and that means Nooks is open all day, and I will be able to do whatever I need to do to try and like make money to pay down yet another infrastructure project, yet another Harv's Island project. And yeah, I think that is just in part what my focus is going to be today. Another thing I tried doing yesterday was this, shaking trees. And I managed to find a digital alarm clock doing this yesterday. And this was actually the spot where I found it, that like this particular area up here. I don't remember exactly which tree. I don't want to do this again. This isn't fun. Running around shaking trees all day, not how I want to spend my time. So no, I thought maybe just knock this spot out, see if we find anything again. I didn't, so I'm moving on from that. It is cool that today is a money-making day, though, because, oh my gosh, like, all of our crops are grown, our fruit trees have grown in with the orange orchard, that's the word. And yeah, this is a great thing for market day. I can actually, invest a little bit of time into cooking some stuff, which I haven't done yet, use it to go ahead and sell for money. Oh, and I almost forgot. Today is my last day for designing the bug-catching outfit Wilbo had asked us to make. So really, if I get another challenge that requires me to make an outfit, I need to do that probably first, because waiting till the end of the week feels a little unacceptable. It is technically within the rules, but it just doesn't feel good or right. I wasn't prepared for this. After all this time, still don't know what I'm going to do. But I guess we'll start with a blank canvas and I'll go from there. I think I want this shirt to be gray. What if we did gray and we went with like red sleeves, kind of making it look a little more like a vest, I suppose? I'll change the red to make it a little less bright. I think it would look better with the gray if it was not as vibrant. And then it's supposed to be a bug catching outfit. So I think I just need to draw a bug and then, I don't know, something to symbolize catching. So let's see if I can make something happen here. I'm going to draw in the middle, which will allow me to use this copy tool that basically lets you kind of make a drawing that is going to kind of like replicate itself and mirror itself on both sides here. So I'm going to draw a spider, and this is just kind of like the little legs of the spider. Something like that. It was looking like a spider, and now it does not. When I added the back legs, things went awry. Let me try this a little bit here. If I was smart, I would just say, well, my spider has 6 legs, but I'm really trying to find a way to add 8 here. Okay, I think this is the best I can do. And then I'm going to give him little red eyes, and we can make that pretty easily. We just do that. That does look pretty terrifying now. And then if we take off this mirror mode, I can actually go and take this and just move it right down in the kind of the corner of the shirt. Now, this is important. This moves the entire design, this tool, if you never used it before. I really like it, but if we add anything else, now all of it will move. But if you just want one image and then you want to move it, I like drawing it in the center and then using the movement tool to get it out of the way. And this is probably our most complex image, because now the next thing we need to draw is like a net catching it. And I feel like that won't be as complex. I lied. A net is very complex. Let me try something else. Okay, something like this. Now, the net is kind of hitting the collar of the shirt. This is where the movement tool can come into play again. We can kind of move it down a little bit and to the right. It does leave more negative space in the middle of the shirt than I was expecting. This would be better served as a canvas, to be honest, rather than a shirt. But I was asked to make a bug catching shirt, so that's kind of what I made here. You know what? I'm actually not too dissatisfied with my net, which was taking me a little bit. I was getting a little bit stressed out about that. I think what I'm going to do now is kind of change some of the colors around so they pop a little bit more. Maybe starting with the gray, maybe we lighten it a little bit. Yeah, I like the lighter gray. And then if we go into the reds, maybe we darken the sleeves or at least dull them a little bit. Something like this seems a little bit better. I do hope in the next game we can like draw a little invisible picture or invisible like, you know, thing around the thing we make so that we can just alter that one drawing. Like it'd be cool to resize that just so the net is a little bit smaller and fits a little bit better. I'm not really willing to redraw any of this, unfortunately. The only other thing I could do to make it a little bit nicer is to just kind of pull it down like by one tile like that. But okay, there it is. Wilbo's bug shirt is born. I'll get this uploaded so you can download it right away. All right, there's the code for the specific shirt, but my designer code is in the description of all of these videos ever since we posted the first design. And there, we'll put this on display so other folks in town can wear it as well. Okay, time to sort my inventory and get ready for market day. One thing I didn't point out was that actually we did get a few things from CJ yesterday. We got the anchor statue, the fish drying rack, and my favorite item of the whole set, the fishing rod stand. So I can absolutely make like a little fishing kind of area in town, which is what I wanted to do. Very excited about that. I got the steel flooring DIY from the beach today. And out of a balloon, I also got this Tree's Bounty Little Tree recipe. I've blazed through pretty much all of my dailies at this point. Before I hit up Nooks today, I'm going to start our next infrastructure project. I'm going to keep this one real simple and get the natural ramp. And the idea behind this is I'm going to put it somewhere over here to get up onto this cliff. Now, I was thinking it would go like right here, but this is actually tighter, like a tighter squeeze than I want. I want to be able to put a path here. I want this to feel comfortable and walkable. I'm hesitant, but the better spot for it would be after you climb this imaginary staircase and you make your way over here, that's where it would be. I was going to use the natural one and hope I could just slap it on the side of an existing cliff, but this cliff is more angled than I originally thought, which is not a huge deal. We can just kind of de-angle it a little bit. I think right here makes kind of the most sense for this ramp. What I'm imagining will be a larger terraforming endeavor than I would normally bargain for this island, but I think it'll look cool. I think it'll be worth it. Let's square this up right here, and the ramp would basically be here. It would land right where I've made that spot. Or maybe it'd be better actually if I dug this out and then set the ramp into this spot. And then what I would do is bring this cliff out. That's like the opposite of what I wanted to do. We'll bring it out like that. And maybe one more step. Not here. Like right there. So this is our 3 tiles. Our ramp would line up perfectly. And then all we would need to do is kind of like chip away at this, which is probably exactly how it was a second ago. But I'm very tired. And I'll just go ahead and try it here. Let's imagine it real quick. Okay, yeah, so this is kind of what I want. I have some space that's like totally empty on the right side of it, which will allow me to put like a shrub or a little decoration or something. And then this does kind of look like it is naturally like built into the ramp with minimal terraforming. So I'm gonna commit to this. And the goal is to pay this down before the end of today because Nooks is open. We need to take advantage of that. If we get that paid down, then tomorrow I think I'll put the staircase that I wanted right here. And that'll allow me to very quickly get paths from the staircase up to this ramp and over to this house, and then to whatever house we end up putting on top of this cliff, which we might also place that plot down today, but there's really no rush. We're also gonna sell the 4 butterflies that we caught for Wilbo, and I think we're ready to kind of get started with market day. I gotta harvest all the crops still, and I gotta cook them into some kind of delicious meal or craft them into some kind of interesting item, just so I can benefit from like, you know, so I can benefit from all the money we can make from this. And, oh, I need to sell oranges too. And you know what? I'm feeling so tired and lazy today. I'm not even going to chop at these trees. It's been, in reality, the day I'm recording this, it's been a long one. It's been a long one. I am, I'm very happy to be relaxing and playing some Animal Crossing, but it doesn't mean my laziness is not going to creep in as well. Fortunately, one of my Nook Miles tasks today is to sell fruit. So, hey. Excellent. And I know I probably have recipes for cherry beverages, but I wonder if we've unlocked any for oranges. If we could sell these oranges as a cooked meal rather than just oranges, that would be helpful. The only thing I can make right now is this fish dish because I'm holding a dab. I'm just gonna make it. It's gotta be worth more than the dab alone. And then yeah, this is everything we can cook right now. Although there is gonna be, I think, recipe cards and nooks. So yeah, let's get in here. All right, some interesting items today. We have a gorgeous cat tree, a refined high-end gas range, a crappy tape deck, and a fancy cup of tea. I'm also going to buy the candy for today. If I have any hope of crafting any of those items that are available in October, going to need to buy this today and also for the next market day. Oh, and I didn't know they sold pumpkin starts here in October. That's cool. We're going to be buying a ton of customization kits, which are more expensive now. Everything is. But this is what I was looking for, the basic cooking recipes. This should get us set up with a lot of cool stuff. All right. While we're in here, let's buy up our first batch of customization kits of the day. I think I'll be in here again once we've made some more money. But yeah, we'll just kind of get started by emptying out our bank account just to get these. Okay, well, let's stop there. Keep a couple extra bucks on us. We'll buy some wrapping paper and stuff too. I'll check out all the walls and floors. We did learn enough recipes to earn some points, which is great. And before we sell anything, let's just see what those recipes are. Okay, so yeah, a lot more options here. There's seaweed soup, which we could, you know, gather up a bunch of seaweed and go ahead and just make that into something. Tomato puree is a good one for us because we do have some tomatoes to harvest today. The brown sugar and whole wheat flour. I don't have any sugar cane yet. You know, okay, what we could probably do, turn the wheat into whole wheat flour and then turn that into organic bread, which is also just an awesome item to decorate with, I gotta be honest. And that would be pretty good because we just have a bunch of wheat, right? Or we could take the tomatoes and the flour and make tomato curry. It doesn't matter because I believe the recipe values are based on the ingredients that you're using, and any combination you put those ingredients in, you're getting paid out for just what's in the recipe, not the recipe itself. So yeah, we can just do whatever's most convenient here. Unfortunately though, oranges are not something we can cook with at present day or at present time. So we'll just go ahead and sell those along with these butterflies. Oh, we'll sell this dab that we cooked up too. And all we should be keeping are the customization kits and the candy. 34,000 bells. We're pretty much back to where we started today. That's great. Got our ×5 points for selling fruit there. And now we can head over to Zucker's farm and harvest all of the delicious wheat and tomatoes that he has. I'm very excited to see when we head over to harvest today if we get another crop too. That's gonna be awesome. Gotta make sure to water these back up too. Our first batch of customization pumpkins is ready here in town. I am gonna harvest these. I'm gonna keep them. I'm tempted to sell them because today's just a really good day to sell stuff. However, today's also a good day to just kind of like go diving to make the money I need because again, the store is open and it'll be as much money as I could possibly make diving. So I'm probably going to do that later on off camera and help kind of refill our coffers a bit that way. And it's a good excuse to save some of the stuff that I'm going to regret getting rid of today if I do get rid of it, because I want to customize some of these Halloween decorations. Even if I don't end up doing any customizations to the ones we've placed down, I think I'm going to need to do more Halloween decorating. And it'd be nice not to have every Halloween decoration look exactly the same across the whole island. So this island right now, by the way, is at huge risk of becoming a Halloween island, which is not what the plan was. I wanted a normal island with some Halloween decorations, not a Halloween island with some cobbled together decorations. I'm also realizing I already have one of these gas ranges too in my house right now. So we might save our money and not buy the gas range from Timmy and Tommy. I already have this. I can cook with it and everything. Let's start converting our flour. I am going to do the whole wheat flour. And as you can see, it's 5 wheat either way. It's just a different type of wheat. They just wanted to make the cooking, you know, a little bit fun and customizable. It's pretty inconsequential what kind of flour we make here. And so we're just going to make all of this, as much as we can anyway, into the whole wheat variety, and then I'm going to turn that into those baskets of bread. The more I look around my house too, gosh, the more it feels like really necessary to get Sahara over at Harv's Island, because it'd be really nice to make this a little kitchenette with a proper floor underneath it to make it feel like it's actually a kitchen instead of just some crap I placed in the corner. But I do think today I'm going to unlock Reese and Cyrus because I have so many things I want to customize. I run out of customization kits, and even if I do, at least I could go to them and have them customize stuff for me. So that'd be pretty nice. Okay, so it takes 3 of these flour to make the bread basket, and I have 100 whole wheat flour. So it'll take me a little while. Here we go. It has little sparkles on it, I'm noticing. I wonder why that is. Why does it sparkle? That would be kind of interesting if the game had different like measures of quality of food. Like if you were really good at cooking, sometimes it sparkled like that and it'd be worth more money or something. I think that would, for Animal Crossing, I think that would take it to like a level that they wouldn't want to go. But I've never noticed these sparkles before. Does all the food sparkle? That's kind of weird. Good news about this very long process I'm going through right now is that I'm probably going to get a ton of Nook miles for cooking up all these dishes. Okay, I'm through most of the flour. I did fill up my inventory with the bread. And yeah, let me just see what kind of Nook miles we're getting from this. Okay, so we got 2 stamps on this particular card with 300 miles and another 500 miles. Very nice. Oh, and that was it. I thought there would be more. Probably for like the amount of different recipes I make, there's probably a little stamp book for it. Anyway, I'm going to save like one of these because at some point I will probably decorate with them, and then I'll go ahead and replace that real quick. And now let's go sell them. I guess I could have put some stuff away to hold even more, but this is what we have. I'm also going to sell the 4 rogue wheat since I'm not going to really do anything with those. Let's see where we're at so far. It is 26,760 bells, and that's not even all the wheat. So that little farm, that little wheat farm is really producing for us right now. Oh, and I even missed one. Oops. All right, well, let's hang out here and cook up the rest of them. We'll also do some tomato puree. And similar to our bread, I'm going to hold on to one of the tomato purees and then sell the rest. And all of this will earn us another 23,000 bells, almost 24,000. We have a total of 90,000 now. And let's go shopping. I'm going to buy the cat tree. I think I'm going to buy a couple of these fancy coffee cups here. I'm also going to buy 2 tape decks. I need something for my house to store music in. And also it'd be nice to put something on the island somewhere, because the villagers are singing that awful song they sing when they don't know any other songs, and I hate it. And they'll be back a little bit later for even more shopping. Now I'm going to run around and just give out gifts. We might get something cool in exchange. We might get something we just want to sell. I'm also just kind of looking for the crafting villager, hoping that I can get a crafting recipe for something that I can make that will make me money, which is a pretty tall order, I would say, but it's possible. Okay, we are crafting, not cooking. It's the spooky chair. Okay. Technically, I could turn these, take the pumpkins I have and turn them into these chairs, I guess. So we'll learn it. And Sherry is also going to give me a gift today. It's earbuds combo, which is actually not a bad shirt. I can't give Molly anything because she's busy listening to the KK concert. So hopefully later we can run into her. Rodney is not yet ready to accept presents yet. Marshall would have been, but whatever. This is my second concierge uniform of the day. These villagers really do think I just spend all my time at their beck and call. Look at this. They're even the same color scheme and everything. No. All right, I'm selling at least one of those. All right, here you go, Zucker. He's giving me a coverall coat. You know what? I'm out of presents right now. I think I have 1 or 2 more villagers I need to gift. I don't care. I'm just done. I do this task every single day. It takes so long, and all I get in return are clothing pieces. Even if I wanted to decorate with clothing around the island, I still would have more than enough. There's just no reason to collect any more clothing. Oh, and now my storage is full. So, yeah, really tempting to just sell all of this clothing. I didn't realize that, though. Already it's full? Oh my gosh, how could that possibly have happened? I guess it's okay. I'm about to decorate with a chunk of this stuff anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Also, I think I have a painting I accidentally put away that I was supposed to donate, so that can help. Let's get this fan in here above our toilet. And now let's go ahead and harvest this big old patch of pumpkins. I'm probably going to sell all of these in the form of some kind of crafted item. Maybe I go ahead and continue keeping the customizable pumpkins, the green and yellow and white ones, or I could just sell these ones. I don't know. I'm trying to get 100K right now because we need to go to Harv's Island and get Reese and Cyrus's place underway. I'll get all this watered and then I'll hit up the crafting table. So it looks like if I turn all of these pumpkins into either the towers or the lanterns, I'm going to just spend pumpkins, which is what I want, and yeah, turn them around into even more money. So let's go ahead and craft up a bunch of spooky towers. Actually, before we do this, let me just double check the hot item, because if it was lanterns, I'd be very sad. Birdhouse. Okay. Not something I feel like making a bunch of, because that would eat into our very valuable wooden resources. All right, this is the last of my pumpkins. And now we can sell off all the stuff, including some of the excess things I found in my house storage that I don't need anymore. And that's another 35,000 bells. And we can take this money to Harv's Island and use it to move in Reese and Cyrus. Here you go, 98,900 bells. We're at 100,000, and it is time to get another co-op onto Harv's. And Leaf does indeed have a new crop. It is sugarcane, so we'll go ahead and buy some of this. The stock refreshes every Monday on Harv's, so actually tomorrow he'll have some new stuff as well. I'm gonna buy some more shrubs as well while I'm here. I've been using them quite a bit, so it'd be nice to restock. We also now have the ABD on Harv's Island. I'm gonna go ahead and withdraw all the money waiting for me in my account. The sugarcane gets planted over here at Zucker's farm. And tomorrow, if he has another type of crop, I guess I'll have to find a place for it. But we almost have everything. I guess carrots and potatoes would be all we have left. So there's always a chance he stocks like tomatoes again and wheat, and then we don't get anything new. Still fighting a full storage here before I go on to my next thing I want to do. So I'll just put this nice big tapestry above my bed. And then we can get on to the next thing I want to do today, which is finish getting the money I need to pay down our ramp. We're simply going to do this through diving. Now, if I was smart, I would look up and see what a birdhouse actually costs to make. I wrote it off pretty quickly, assuming it's going to be a type of wood that I don't have a lot of. But if it's like softwood, for example, I have a ton of that. It is regular and softwood. So yeah, I probably don't want to make a bunch of those. Now, I'm confident that I'd make a good amount of money, but yeah, it's just kind of like, you got to cut your losses sometimes. I need these crafting materials. We're taking a whole day away from decorating to make money. It would be very counterintuitive to like spend that day using the very valuable resources we need to craft stuff so that we get 5 stars to just make a little money when we could go diving instead. So what takes me a really long time, at least won't take you a really long time, right? You get to just watch me do a thing for 5 seconds, and then you get to see the money roll in. See, all of this has to be worth something. I'll find out in a sec. I just need to donate a couple things I didn't have. For the first time, I caught the giant isopod, and I got 3 of them. So that was wild. Okay, so currently I have 29,760 bells. Let's see where this gets us. Ooh, another 54,000, bring us to a total of 84,600. So a little more diving ahead of me. I am gonna actually go ahead and chop at some trees because I just got a Nook Miles task for one and I haven't yet done my 10 Nook Miles, or 10, oh, gosh, my 5 Nook Miles tasks for the day. So I'm just gonna chop a few trees just to satisfy that. And then maybe because technically these weren't materials I was even gonna get today. Oh, I was gonna say I'll just see how much a birdhouse is worth, but it doesn't matter. I also have a task for changing my outfit, and I'm also realizing that I didn't put on Wilbo's outfit, which is probably gonna get me in a lot of trouble. So here, we'll take this off and this. This, I think, technically counts as changing my outfit. So I'll grab the points for this. And for at least a little while, I'll go ahead and wear this shirt around. But now, I know I didn't put any purple in it, but I can actually wear pants, which is good. And why not? Some stretch leggings as well. It'll make it look like we are catching bugs for sport. I'm gonna go ahead and test this out. I don't necessarily mean test out the bug catching outfit. I think I'm gonna test this as like a money making method for a bit, just to take a break from diving because I hate it so much. Ooh, and I got real lucky, 300 points for catching that tiger beetle. And now it gives me a dive for creatures points task. No. I'll just chill out for a bit. Catch bugs, sell shells, it's all good. Likely I will go diving again, like later off camera, because I had to sacrifice basically a whole day of my time to not do any decorating, but instead make money, focus on those types of things we have to get done. And what I would like to do tomorrow is already have enough money to pay down yet more projects so that we can like focus more on decorating, because we're falling way behind right now. That being said, I do have a way to confirm how far behind we actually are, and I'll do that before the day is up. Also, I do have a directive to plant a fruit tree today, so another little bunch of coconut trees planted on the beach yet again. There we go. Couple 100 points for me. And catching 5 bugs is now a task, so I get to continue doing the thing I'm already doing for some extra points. For those of you who've played Animal Crossing on the same island for like a really long time, maybe since you first got it, let me know if you ever just log in and do some Nook Miles tasks just for fun. You know, you're not really decorating the island anymore. You're just kind of like, you know, jumping in and you're looking for something to do. And so this is how you just pass some time. Does anyone else play like that? I was for a little bit, and then I stopped even doing that. Now, if I log into my old island, I typically am trying to wrap up a project I started a long time ago and never finished, or I'm trying to like redo an entire section of my island. There we go, some points for catching bugs. Flower Garden's probably got some bugs for us, and I haven't watered it yet today. Okay, so there's no bugs. I haven't watered it, but there is a balloon. And in that balloon was the spooky cookies recipe. I couldn't get this before from the villager that was cooking it. So there we go. And to make them, it is flour and then one of each type of pumpkin, which is kind of gross, to be honest. I don't know how you make cookies without sugar, but all right. Who am I to judge the Halloween traditions of another culture? I've caught over 100 bugs now. So hey, I'll take those points. I'm trying to get bees to fall out of one of these trees, and all of them are dropping money, which I guess I can't complain about. But yeah, it's the one time I want to be attacked, and it's just not happening. I find it so incredibly rude that villagers walk up to drinking fountains, turn them on, and walk away. Absolutely horrendous behavior. This will kind of feel like, again, a little more intentional. It's Nook's kind of becomes a more happening spot. We got a drinking fountain where when you're shopping, you can just refresh yourself a little bit. Maybe you can use the community kitchen over here. All right, we currently have 85,000 bells exactly. Time to see if our hard work paid off. Actually, not bad. 12,000, not bad at all. I think that means we're just a few hundred bells away from paying down the new staircase slash ramp, whatever you want to call it. Now, I'm going to need a few more bells because I didn't get to buy any of the wallpapers or floors today. I'm not as torn up about that because it looks like I'm not going to be able to afford another room in time for this challenge, and I have some good options as it stands. So I don't know, I might look and see what they have and be picky this time instead of just buying all of them. But yeah, I can always buy some stuff later too, like when I go diving again, for example. But yeah, I just want to make sure I'm making the most of market day because they only come once a week, and we're getting, close to the end here. So I suppose it wouldn't hurt to harvest the apples from this apple tree and just sell those too while we're at it. Oh my gosh, another banded dragonfly. Are you serious? Wow, these are worth a lot, and it's just so nice. On the last day I could possibly finish up Wilbo's challenge to have caught a third banded dragonfly. He really thought he got me with that. Okay, let's see where all this gets us to. All right, that's another 12,000 bells, bringing us to well over the amount we need for the ramp. So let me just check real quick. I want to see. All right, this is what we're working with our floors and walls. And I do like this floor and I like this one. So yeah, I think I'll just be picky. A lot of pink stuff today. That's kind of cool. I'll be picky and just get the floors I imagine myself actually using. And I see a world where maybe I use the brown crown wall, so I'll buy that. But even the stuff I just bought, I may not use, so we'll just call it there. All right, another project is paid off, and it feels really good to have done this 2 days in a row. Something on Harv's getting built, and a new infrastructure project getting built twice in a row. So yes, while this has been a grind, it feels really rewarding, and I am pretty confident I'm going to be able to do this staircase as well tomorrow. And yes, I will be grinding out some more bells, but before this day wraps up, let's just confirm how far behind we are. And by that, I just mean I'm going to check and see where our star rating is. I'm expecting we're probably still at 3 stars, but I think there's a chance we're at 4. And I do think the gap between 4 and 5 is pretty wide. So I just want to see. Okay, no, it is still 3 stars, which doesn't make me feel much better about the current situation that I'm in. Compared to the last report, folks responded positively to our island scenery. Okay, so they do like the scenery more. Of course, there's always room for improvement. Keep contributing, and soon this island will be decorated to perfection. I know there are recipes and items in the Nook stop that would make a big impact on the island scenery. Saving up and redeeming your miles is the perfect way to add some decorative flair to this place. And we will do that, actually. I don't think I have the iron fence. Nope, I definitely already do. And yeah, I wanted to spend some points on either some more of these recipes or some stuff in here. And the street lamps I was eyeing yesterday were these ones. I think I'm going to buy one. And then last week, I did ask the question if you feel like the catalog for Nooks is going to be open on Sundays. A lot of you responded with yes. Yes, it is. So we will allow ourselves to buy up to five items in the catalog because it is available to us on Sundays. There was some jokes about how, oh, maybe the Wi-Fi works because the store is open. And I thought that was pretty funny. So yeah, just looking at all this stuff here, it's mostly clothing. There are some, interesting little items here and there. I don't have a lot of money at all. Oops. So maybe this is something that I kind of focus on off camera again. Also, I really hope that I donated that painting earlier that I said I was going to donate. I didn't accidentally sell it. It's very likely I just sold that painting earlier. Anyway, the catalog is really good for buying items that you see yourself using multiples of, because obviously it's only stuff that you've gathered in the past. I could get some more diner counter chairs, diner counter sofas, so I can make like a little outdoor, maybe diner, or I could get more outdoor items like the lanterns, or more chairs like this to create like an outdoor kind of seating area. For now, I'll buy a couple of these cypress plants because I do see myself using multiples of these. We'll just get 3. And then that's 2 more spots kind of open to us for later, once I have a couple more bucks to spend. And I will definitely buy some more stuff in here. Spending miles earned us some miles back. And I thought so. We did get some points for using the catalog. Well, I can honestly say this was a day of progress. Progress was made, but it was also a scary day where we didn't have the time or resources to do even more around the island like we should. But tomorrow is a new day. That video is on the screen now if you want to watch it, if it's ready, or you could subscribe if it's not ready. And I will see you over there. Have a good one.